every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So happy to see you here. You are wanting to become a more feminine version of yourself. Really excited because this is what the world is needing from women. To recover the divine feminine qualities that we have forgotten for so long. The habits that we're going to be talking about today are the ones that are so small that are easy to do, but they are also easy not to do. So remember this quote of James Clear. Every single thing that you do goes as a vote of self-confidence that you're actually becoming that which you're wanting to become. So you don't have to do all of them, but if you start doing one and then the other and then the other and again and every day and all the time, before you know it, you will have change radically. Excited? So they are not in a specific order of importance. Cherry pick and enjoy. Habit number 1. Practice loving the imperfection of life. I was driving with my daughter through the city and she was telling me that she was not perfect. I'm talking, I'm 11 years old. And she was already worried about not being perfect, what all the girls in her class say. And I invited her to see the trees along the highway. And what did we see? All different kinds of greens, some bushier than others, some taller than others. Which one is more perfect than the other? And that is a practice that I do consistently every day, to look at the perfection of the imperfection. Now behind you, I will take a photo of it because it's inspiration. I can see the living room disorganized with 3 chairs to one side and 1 chair to the other because my daughter came to have lunch with another 2 friends of her. So it's disorganized, but it is so perfect. This is also called wabi-sabi, and a Japanese idea of finding perfection in the imperfection. Because you see, what is perfection? It's an idea we got ourselves that is so human. When we actually love imperfection, we start actually understanding God. Be that divine feminine that knows deeply and feels that everything is perfect. Do it everywhere, in your Excel files, in the dirty dishes, in the dirty clothes of the children. Do it everywhere. You're going to be surprised how much beauty you find in imperfection. Number 2, breathing. Breathing. There's so many things that I could tell you about breathing. I will make more videos about that. But today we're going to just say breathing. What I see with many women, including myself sometimes, when we get too concentrated in we have to do this and that and we're rushing because we have so many things to do, we forget to breathe. Let alone breath work, let alone Wim Hof's breathing techniques. But don't worry about these complex or sophisticated breathing ideas. Just remember to breathe. Very simple, you invite air into the system. It has oxygen. And in the oxygen it comes this beautiful power that starts all these chemical transactions in your beautiful body. And with that you get better skin. With that you start to become more intelligent. Breathing is great. It's not just a spiritual idea. It's based on science. Ask your doctor. Breathe, breathe, breathe. It doesn't matter how, but do it. You don't need to get a PhD to know how to breathe. Don't make it complicated. If you are getting too stressed, just breathe. You will be amazed at the speed that you will get things done if you breathe. This will actually help you to pause. And as you pause, you will have more power, more wisdom, more clarity to keep going to whatever you were doing. Next, be in the present moment. Be in the present moment. One of the things that makes me come back to the present moment is to remember that this is going to disappear. The good old memento mori of the Stoics brings me back to the present moment. You and me have gone to some funerals in the past years. Now I think myself, oh my God, when is mine? Wouldn't it be a good idea if I don't know when is my funeral to live the best life right now? Right now. Now I have teenage children and, teenage hormones, difficult children. I just decided to reframe it. This is the most wonderful time in my life. This is the time that I get to enjoy the children almost for the last period. After being teenagers, they will become grown adults and they will go and do their life. Ooh, how beautiful is the present moment. The next one is a body scan. A body scan is a technique of mindfulness. It is so powerful and easy. It's a way also to be in the present moment, but leveraging your own body. Basically, you go with your mind through every single part of your body from top to bottom, just noticing what you feel. You notice what do you feel at the top of your head, what do you feel in your face, your neck, and you go down like that, shoulders, arms, chest, all the way to your toes. And as you are paying attention to every single part of your body, you will notice things like, I need to go to the toilet. You notice things like, I am hungry. Or like, actually, I need to breathe. Going back to the previous point. Also, it will allow you to see, hey, I have pain somewhere. And this will allow you to connect to that pain, to be mindful of that pain, feel it, listen to that pain, and see what that means. Remember that embodying the divine feminine is to connect to that intuition. The divine feminine, the intuition, live in your body. So every time that you do a body scan, you are connecting to your intuition. So what does that mean? That you have pain in the stomach. Just feel it, pain in the stomach. Is something that I cannot digest. And just feel it. What is that thing that I cannot digest? Oh yeah, I had a phone call with that person. Oh yeah, I have an appointment in the future. And just by having that mindfulness, what is precisely what bothers me? Is there something that I can just let go of and just calm down about it? Is there something I need to take action and prevent? This is what the body scan will help you do. Great habit to have. Actually, it could be even a tool. And in this world of habits and tools, the next one is journaling. There's so many ways to journal, but I offer you the idea of just start journaling, just start writing. As you start writing what you feel, you will be more conversant with what is that inner world, listening to your own feelings. So you will be able to leverage that. Instead of appearing completely angry against somebody, you will be able to process that anger in that page until you become more compassionate towards everybody, towards yourself and towards the other person. And you can act in a complete different way. You can talk about your fantasies of what you're wanting to do, and it will inform you that you actually want to do it and you should do it, that you should dare. Journaling is really powerful. I particularly recommend you to do it at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it allows you to review what you did, and at the beginning of the day, it puts you in the perfect frame of mind to start your day. If you can do both, it will change your life. At least do it once. Start. Next, curate your life constantly. Recently, I started with that concept of curating my life. It's really, I perceive it as recently, but it's a couple of years. I live here in this apartment for quite some years, but I always had the idea that we will be moving. So I was not really grounded here. It was the bachelor apartment of my husband, so it was not my house. I was not grounded. And a few years ago, I realized that feeling that I don't feel his apartment as my home. So I realized that by through journaling. So as I realized that, I said, what will it take for me to feel this at home? And little by little, I started figuring out what that meant. I painted that wall green, I bought that plant, I bought that carpet, I bought that lamp. I started curating the apartment, adding pieces that really show my personality, removing pieces that I really didn't want, and it's really a curated apartment based on how I want to be my life. It includes the toys of the children, it includes the gear of my husband who likes to go for long walks. It includes the life of everybody who lives here. So these releasing things, these welcoming things in your house, in your apartment, in your bedroom, changes your life. Because when you let go of objects, you are letting go of the activities that you did with those objects. Letting go of the past opens a space for the future. When you let go of whatever it was in a drawer, opens the possibility for new things to come your way. I do it consistently with the children and it's just magical. Immediately after they donated clothes or toys, immediately something new comes. The feminine is everything about flow. If you keep stuff and keep the clutter in your house, you're not allowing the flow to pass through your life. You're not allowing receiving. And also, you can add things to your environment. Of course, it's not that you're supposed to live in a sterile and white canvas. It's about making an artistic activity of curating your entire life. It's not just your house. You can do it with what you wear, you curate your wardrobe, you curate the projects you do, you curate your friendships. the conversations that you have, the books that you read. Just make it a practice. This stays, this goes. This stays, this goes. You will be amazed at how beautiful your life becomes the more intentional you are about this. Next, rampage of appreciation. Just make it a habit. Appreciate the present moment. Appreciate that person. Appreciate the rain. Appreciate the school. Appreciate the business next door. Just do it constantly, all the time. Last week, you must have seen it in my community post here in YouTube, I went to decorate the school of my daughter. And here in the Netherlands we have a really fun party called Sinterklaas. Anyhow, I decorated together with the other parents, and I was so pumped up, full of appreciation. I love this school because it keeps the traditions of the Netherlands. I love this school because it's full of parents who are kind, nice, funny, cooperative, creative, and I just kept going with the beautiful. I love this school, it's so close by. I love this school, it's beautiful. The teachers are kind. I was just in this appreciation, and I was just so pumped up that I just kept walking to my house, and in the corner there is this shop run by Turks, and there came a man with a big tray with baklava, and I saw him entering the shop, and I have bought that baklava many times, and I was really like, oh my God, shall I tell him that I love his baklava? Shall I? I don't dare. Should I do it? I hesitated, and then I forced myself to get in, and it was so sweet and cute. This man didn't speak Dutch or English. Yeah, I guess he just spoke Turkish, but I told him that I loved his baklava, and you could see his eyes that he has never received so much appreciation. That made my day and made me my week. I am so happy to remember his eyes. When you're doing a rampage of appreciation, don't just keep it for yourself. Tell people, and especially women. I do it, and actually I do it often. Lady, I don't know you, but you know I love your shoes. So lady, I don't know you, but I love your hat. Be appreciative of everything, everywhere, all the time, of the person who cleans the street in your city, of the man who cleans your apartment building, of a child who actually was able to wash his hands. The more appreciative you are, the more love you are going to put into the world, and the more love is just going to come back to you. This is the divine feminine, this rampage of appreciation. And you know, it's very beautiful, is the more you train reality to do more of that, and the more specific you are, the more specific. You have to tell people what is that is specifically good in their behavior, specifically good. Enjoy rampage of appreciation. Next point is feel your feelings. Don't run away of your feelings. Don't run away. You are the divine feminine incarnate. What's her superpower? Your feelings. Feelings is your superpower. Feel them. You feel sad. You feel angry. You feel there is something dissonant that maybe I cannot even name. When you cannot even name the feeling, just be with her. Be with the feeling. Just let it be. Let it be, let it sink. You are going to get great wisdom from those feelings. This is your superpower. As you allow yourself to be with the feeling, there will be a point that you will find the other side of the feeling. When you find the other side of the feeling, you find a blessing and a lesson. And clear guidance of what you are supposed to do next. Feelings are not there just because. They are really guidance on how to lead your life. Don't be afraid of them. Don't repress them. When you repress a feeling, it somatizes, and that's why many women are ill. Don't do it. Have the courage to be that is the powerful divine feminine, to feel the feelings, who have the courage to feel the feeling. I promise you I will do more videos on feeling the feelings. Next, creative activities. What is the divine feminine? But create. Do it absolutely all the time. During the week, I cook something new, really, some vegetables I never heard about. You know, I'm Mexican living in the Netherlands. There are these vegetables that don't exist in Mexico. How do I cook this? How do I make it tasty for my own pleasure? It's just really a joy. And I have given this joy to my family. And we share the creative endeavor of not knowing. As you open yourself to create anything everywhere, like painting, like dancing, like cooking, you are going to be open to innovate everywhere. Everywhere. Just create and have the joy. It doesn't have to be related to money. It's related to a state of being. It's related to expanding the possibility of creation, to expand the universe. It's just like fractals. It's just like a simulation. So let's add to the simulation this beauty, this joy. Just do it. You will be shocked at how beautiful the world will become as you add more beauty to it. More beauty will be given back to you. Next point. Work is a part of our life for everybody in this world, in this modern world. But how can we work in a feminine way? I offer you the idea to do foreplay before you work. What will make you feel good before you work? A cup of tea? Doing your hair? Going for a run? Doing some meditation, some yoga? Baking some cookies? Create your own tradition and your own ritual to get yourself in the mind of working. Journaling, remembering why is what you do. One of my beautiful clients, she works with multilingual families, and we were talking about how it would be her foreplay of work, and she was just thinking about families putting together two cultures, you see, like my family, Mexican and Dutch culture, and how we are creating peace by raising children that are multilingual, and not only multilingual but multicultural, that we're able to create bridges of peace that big companies and big countries cannot do, but children can do because they do it in their heart. When she remembered that, poof, she was so excited that she could work with so much ease and joy. What is that for you? Do that foreplay. Do that, take that moment to feel in the mood. Don't charge just immediately into your PowerPoint, Excel files, or whatever it is what you do. Take your time to add that feminine sauce, to add that foreplay, that feeling to your soul before you get to work. Next point. Dress up. Dress up in the best possible way that you can dress up. And do it all the time. All the time. I have recently bought a brand new pajama. It's here winter in the Netherlands. It's going to be -1. It's a very thick pajama, but it's really beautiful, and with these really warm socks, and it makes me so happy. 1/3 of my life I spend sleeping, but I'm still dressing up to go to sleep. I dress up to clean the apartment, I dress up to pick up the children, and I don't dress up for having a man. I have one. I dress up for this feeling feminine, this remembering that I'm representing, Diana, Artemisa, Virgin Mary, that I'm the ambassador of the divine feminine. Think it that way. It is not because you want to get a man, because that's exactly the way you don't get a man. If you're chasing with your intention, chasing, it just doesn't work. Do it for the own creative process of honoring your identity. And what could that be? It could be something as simple as getting a shower. If you are clean, that's already dressing up. If it is just a lipstick, that's dressing up. A bit of perfume. But the intention of representing the beauty in your own persona, that's a habit that I would love you to implement. Next, schedule time for yourself. You see, I wouldn't ask you to schedule anything because that goes against the divine feminine. The old masculine is everything about the scheduling, the clock, the calendar. It doesn't take in consideration the cycles of the body, the cycles of the moon, of the planets, of nature. Everything in the calendar. But I give you this habit for you to start bridging from being in this world that is very material and very masculine to going to the feminine. So put in your calendar that every Saturday, that every full moon, that every Sunday, that every whatever is your schedule that is best for you, that you are going to have a massage, that you are going to sit down and do nothing. And experiment what is to do nothing. Maybe is to listen Bach for 1 hour. Maybe indeed is to observe how your plants are growing and just look at your plants growing. Schedule time for yourself, whatever it's going to be, but put it in your calendar. As you train yourself to get time for yourself, you will be able to harmonize with your body and with nature. But to start, first level of the habit, put it in your calendar. Next, do one thing, just one thing at a time. If you are cutting onions, just cut onions. If you are talking to your husband, just talk to your husband. Whatever you do, just do that one thing. And do it with all your might. Imagine that you don't have to repeat anything again, because you do it in such a beautiful way that you're satisfied that you did it. So you do that one thing. It is not true. Scientists have told us women cannot multitask. It's a fantasy. Concentrate all your focus, all your spirit, of your soul, of your mind, all your body in that one thing. You will see a massive change on what your outcomes are. Next, evening skincare routine. Oh, Blanca, why don't you say morning skincare routine or skincare routine in general? I want you to sleep better. If you are going to sleep better, you improve 1/3 of your life and your life is going to change dramatically. So yeah, buy yourself a new pajama like I did, buy new bed sheets. It's just life changing. This really, you cannot imagine how much it changes your life. But how are you going to start that routine? You started with something before. So around 9 o'clock, switch off all your electronics, all of them, and start with the skincare routine. Do what you can do, go and get some essential oils. Put it on your skin. You don't need to make it really expensive. Clean your face, put some cream. Take some time to clean your mouth. When you do this, you start slowing down. And it's a ritual of joy that will bring you to sleep. When you sleep, you're going to change all your hormone balance. You're going to be so much healthier. And then early in the morning, you're going to be so powerful. Your cognitive ability in the morning is just off the charts. So everything starts from the evening facial routine. Just take care of your face and everything is just going to go like dominoes. Next. Well, you see, I'm Mexican, so moving my hips comes even like second nature. From the moment you are born, as a girl, I was going to say, but everybody in Latin America are trained to move their hips. And here in Europe and other places, I see that everybody is trained to be just still like that. And that's the reason why women cannot, get all kinds of problems with their hips, get all kind of problems with their energy. So I invite you to move your hips for any reason and for no reason. Get yourself into a salsa class, a reggaeton class, a merengue, or simply as you walk, learn how to move the hips. I can tell you that in Mexico, there is the ancestral adoration of the big hips. Is the idea of the woman who can birth many children, and the bigger the hips, the better. The dresses are designed for the hips to move like if they were, I don't know. I imagine them like flowers in the water, like these big lilies. Enjoy your feminine being of your hips. Enjoy the divinity, the sacredness of your hips. Honor them as you walk. Next. Incorporate small moments of pleasure. A small moment of pleasure is different for you and for me. And maybe you don't even know what pleasure is. Because many of us, we have no idea what pleasure is. You go to university, you get your title, and you don't think about pleasure because you have to get the job and because you have to pay the rent and you have to, and we don't think about pleasure. Some years ago, there was a birthday party of my children, and I was cutting the slices of cake, and a child told me, "I want that one with the strawberry, please." And her mother said, "Don't do that, don't say that." In fact, there is a saying here in the Netherlands that says the one who asks gets skipped. Oh my God, it's so painful. So that girl and you and me and every woman has been trained to forget about what pleasure is. So we don't know that we actually like strawberries. So I want you to train yourself in remembering what pleasure is for you. Go to a restaurant and say, okay, what do I want? I always ask this, but have I tried that? I always dance this, but have I tried that? I always dress this way, but have I tried that? Expand your capacity to receive pleasure. And really expand it, like you taste something in your mouth and feel what it feels that. Dance and dance in the, how is this music? Expand the capability to receive joy. Next, align your schedule to your menstrual cycle. Your menstrual cycle is a magical effectiveness tool. It tells you when it's better to go and do public speaking, when it's better to do strategy work, when it's better to... when you are more effective for different activities. Why not leverage it? So learn that. Study your menstrual cycle. I created a video specifically telling you when is better to do A or B. And moreover, there is a workbook so that you can track your cycle and start implementing how it is for you. The link is here, and I'll see you there.